Alright, so Below the Belt TV, we're here today with Callum Smith. How you doing, Callum? How's things going?
Very good. All
good.
How about yourself?
Not too bad, not too bad. It's a bit chilly now, but
Yeah,
it's warm in your gym though, I'll tell you that much.
It's a lot warm, it's
got that big massive heater out there and it's pretty cool, man. Must be tough in the summers, right?
Yeah, it's tough, and I think it's a shock to anyone who comes to the gym sparring, the first sparring session. Some you see come in, a lot of gear, a lot of clothes, and the next time they come, probably a pair of shorts,
little vest and that, slippers. Yeah, man. So things are looking pretty good for yourself now. I mean, you've been doing quite well for some time, but you're now in the Super World tournament. You're at a point of being in the semi-finals. You're going to fight Bremer.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the tournament and the experience in general?
Good, very good. I think it's been a lot better than what people expected, a lot better than what I expected when I was first offered it. I thought it was a little bit too good to be true. I thought there'd be problems here and there and people pulling out, and touch wood, so far it hasn't, and now everyone's stayed in the tournament and it's been exciting. It's been a lot of good fights, and just publicity wise it's putting everyone's name out there a little bit more, and as I say, I've done well in my career, but I'm at that stage now where I want to test myself against the best in the world, and this tournament gave me an opportunity to do that.
How did it feel having having an opponent that people think is just going to walk through, but yet still you knew as a person that got prepared and got ready that it wasn't going to be a simple fight, right?
Yeah, I knew it weren't going to. Well, I knew it weren't going to be an easy fight, but I've had other fights where I was expected a tough night and I went in and won one round and stuff. So you've got to prepare for everything. But I watched Skoglund a little bit before I picked him, obviously, and since I picked him, I watched a lot more of him, and I remember sitting there thinking there was probably easier choices than him when I was watching the show, and you watch a bit more in depth of him.
Yeah.
He just looked hard to beat. He's good at what he does. He knew what he was good at, and he stuck to his strengths well. And we had a lot of good 12 rounders. He was European champion. Sorry, he defends it 4 times, and he was unbeaten. He was coming to win.
He's solid.
So I knew it was going to be a tough night for me, but I just felt I was the better man. And from when I first watched him, I knew he was good, but I just thought everything. He's tall and upright, but I felt I was a better version of him, and I knew. But then when I signed up for the tournament, I knew there was no easy ones, and he was just the best one for me.
And prior to coming into the tournament, you had a lot of things going on, because you had either a situation where you could have faced James Degale. Yeah. You also had a scenario where you could have, I think he was going to fight the mandatory, or he was almost going to be mandatory for the WBC, as once Badu vacated it. Yeah. What made you decide that you're going to actually enter a tournament as tough as this?
It was I was mandatory for the WBC, and I was meant to fight Degale for it once Jack vacated, and they won the pace bid, so they sort of gained control, and he was just messing around, just swapping dates and postponing it, and then I'd get in camp, start training, and it'd be pushed back again, and the same thing would happen, and it was just frustrating. I had waiting around a long time, and then the Degale fight come up, and I was offered that, and I remember having a meeting with Eddie and agreed to it. I thought, what, it's still a world title fight, it's a big fight, and I always felt at the time he was the best in the division, so why go and beat someone to then set up a fight with Degale when I could go straight for Degale? And I agreed, and then there was stalling over he was out injured, and he was supposed to have a mandatory, so whether they'd allow him to come back and have a voluntary when he had mandatory waiting, and it was just taking its time. And in the meantime, I'd already been offered the tournament and sort of said, no, I want to stay with the WBC, and the tournament come back on, and the months were just going by in the year, and I still hadn't fought. My last fight was the end of last year, and I sat down again. I had another meeting regarding the tournament, and it providing I kept winning, it just guaranteed me 3 fights in close together, which is what I hadn't had over the past year. I turned pro fighting regularly all the time, to then be sat out for 9-10 months was frustrating. So I seen a few of the names that were in it. I basically seen all of them. I think I was apart from the American, I was the last one to agree to it. So I knew he was in it. I seen Groves, Eubank, and I knew they were big fights for me, and I knew providing I come through my first one or maybe first 2, that it set up a huge fight for me. And
that's right.
They're the fights I turn pro for. They're the fights that are gonna put my name up there as the best in the world, beating the likes of them. And once I signed it and thought about it, it was a no-brainer. It's the best decision I've ever made.
Yeah, because you come from a fighting family, really. I mean, the Smith brothers, legendary in boxing, UK especially. Every single one of you are boxers, right? From Paul all the way down to Stephen.
Yeah, the 4 of us, it's just always been, obviously Paul started as a kid, and we've all followed on, and we've all reached a decent level, which is pretty rare, and it's something we are proud of, and to all 4 win British titles, and providing I beat Bremer or 4 up box for a genuine world title. So it's something we are proud of, and we're not finished yet. Hopefully we can keep adding more to the achievements before we're all done. But again, I respect them. I'm the youngest, so I feel I've learned a lot from them. And when the tournament and all the other fights, I always sit down with them and get their opinion of it. And I remember I said to them, shall we meet in Costa? And I had like different options on the paper, and they just said, I can't believe you've brought us here. The tournament's a no-brainer. It's the best decision. Go for it. And like I say, I took their advice. I went for it, and it's the best decision I've made. Absolutely.
I mean, I think you're a prize fighter, right?
Yeah.
And from what I understand, apart from each fight that you're going to have, actually, you get you're paid very well.
There's incentives there. You're paid well to enter it, and there's obviously win bonuses. So
that's right.
More of an incentive to get in and win as well. And when you win the fight, you get your win bonus, but you also guarantee yourself in another payday in the semi-final and so on. So yeah, financially, it's good. It's better than what I would have got for fighting for the WBC, but there's also a world title in it, and I win the tournament, which I believe I'm good enough to do. Then I lead the tournament world champion as well. So there's just a lot going for it. And when I actually sat down and looked at it, the tournament was the best decision for me. Yeah,
cause I guess in your weight class, minus James Degale, which he couldn't fight because of an injury, and the WBO title holder, there's 2 titles on the line as well, IBO and WBA.
Yeah,
Super
and I think if
WBA.
you look at most of the world rankings, I think Ring Magazine, I think the 1 and 2 are Degale and Ramirez, and then I think 3, 4 and 5 are me, Groves and Eubank, and we're all in this tournament. So say providing the top 2, then it is the best in the world of the division. So I think the winner of this tournament will be up there amongst Degale and Ramirez as the best in the world at 168, and that's the ultimate goal. I think every fighter wants to be that number 1. I think if you ask everyone, if you ask 100 people who the best middleweight in the world is, you're probably going to get 99 or 100 people say Golovkin, whereas if you ask 100 people the best middleweight in the world, there'd be a lot of mixed answers. And
true.
Hopefully, in a year's time, it'll be like the middleweight one. There'll be one man in the division, and it's up to me to try and make sure that the answer's me. And there's 4 champions now, and hopefully we can end up with one, or one who's got most of them, and
unified at least.
Best in the division. Because at the minute it's a little bit. If you ask me, I think at the minute it's Degale or Ramirez. They've been here and done it, but I think the winner of this tournament's in with a shout.